Oh, that's
You guys ready to go?
Yes, we are.
Sure.
Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the next item is approval of the agenda. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add or alter on the agenda?
If there's no additions, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda submitted.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the agenda as submitted. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries. The next item is approval of minutes for the meeting of December 10th.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of December 10th.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the minutes for the regular meeting of December 10th. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries. The next item is the financial report.
We began the month with $202,748.70. We took in receipts of $66,257.15 and made disbursements in the amount of $59,633.35, leaving us with an ending balance in the general fund of $209,372.50.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the financial report as submitted.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the financial report as submitted. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries. Moving on, correspondence, item A. The St. Clair County MTA dinner, you have an invitation in your packet. They hold one every year. It's at Alexander's, and it's February 6th. If anyone wishes to go, make your arrangements and the board will reimburse you.
Are you planning on going? No. Is anyone planning on going? Because I serve on this strategic planning team, and it's kind of, we entered into our critical period.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. I'll call it if I decide.
Dale's having surgery.
Okay,
Okay.
moving on, item B. Macomb County Department of Roads. A while back, myself and the other three supervisors sent a letter to both counties asking them to please upgrade the intersection of County Line and 26 Mile Road. And they responded saying that they had come to an agreement and they're going to allocate $300,000 to upgrade the intersection this year, but they really haven't said, other than some lights and a left turn lane, exactly what that constitutes. I don't know if they're going to widen it like it needs to be so the trucks can make the corner without running over everything. But it is what it is. So at least we're getting some action on that. So hopefully it'll be better.
Yeah,
But it's a bad intersection.
A turn arrow would be great, because I come through there twice a day.
Well, a turn arrow there and also at Gratiot and St. Clair Highway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree.
Actually, for all the traffic though, it gets
for sure.
it gets through more than I thought when they first did it. You know, as heavy as that traffic is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, well.
okay. Moving on, old business, park update. There's only one thing in your packet. We had a notification from my grants that, there are going to be grants available this year. I spoke with Mr. Luck, and he said they're looking it over. I haven't spoken with Pam. I'm still dealing with Mr. Luck on a site plan. The first one he submitted really wasn't what we wanted. And then he submitted another one, which wasn't what we wanted, but he said, even though it's labeled site plan, that it really wasn't a site plan. that he just wants to know exactly what phase 1 is going to encompass, and I'll show you on the map over here basically what we're talking about. Can you guys all see this? I don't know if you can see it, they stand in your way. Here's the gas station, and here's our park. So phase 1, what we anticipated was developing the park back parallel to the rear property line of the gas station. So it would be across here. We're gonna have, right now, we're gonna have gravel drive, gravel parking lot, a restroom, and landscape all this area back this far. Because when we get into phase 2, now you're gonna be getting into things that are gonna require drainage plans that are far beyond what this is gonna require. This drainage plan is gonna be a low spot, and they're gonna just run the water into that. So we won't have to monkey with Eagle or going off site with any of the water. So I just brought it to you tonight so you know that's where we're headed. I'm gonna hopefully get a hold of Mr. Luck tomorrow. And hopefully you'll have the site plan in so the planning commission can have it on their agenda in February.
And this individual, he works for Pam,
Yes.
and she's done a lot of parks. Didn't she have someone do other parks? I mean,
Well, apparently he does the site plans, but what he considered a site plan and what I considered a site plan weren't the same.
right.
So I kind of gave him a hard time, and he says, "Oh, we do them all the time for all these big communities." I said, "Well, I don't know where you're doing them for, but
That's not
And
what
we thought we made it perfectly clear.
But Steve,
What we
you-
wanted for
Huh?
phase 1.
You said that Steve is gonna be
yeah, he's going to touch base with them."
okay, good.
And
We'll get him spun
He's
up.
probably accustomed to doing plans for parks that can be funded and built more immediately than.
I don't know, but he got a
because-
little defensive when I really got on him about it. Oh,
I did.
Hello?
I was wondering if you're going to, there's the agendas up here on the table, Richard.
Got it, Mike.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of him tomorrow, and then I'll coordinate. I asked him, my one question was, because we're 2 months behind on the site plan process, if you decide to go ahead with some type of a grant, is that gonna be a problem? And he said no. But I don't know if I was hoping to get this done far enough to get a cost estimate before we get into the grant thing. But the grants are only once a year, it's gotta be April 1. So we'll see what they come up with.
It's running tight. It's running it tight.
Well, they didn't seem to think the site plan or lack of it was gonna hurt the grant. I'm assuming these grants are very simple compared to the acquisition grant that we had, which was, that thick and took months to do.
So they're
So
saying those development grants are a little bit harder to get.
they are, because they get so many more applications. So, hopefully it's something you want. And so I'm hoping to get the site plan and the drainage plan done, and then I can go out for bids.
Right.
And until we do that, we're not gonna know what it's gonna cost for this first phase. The parking lot's not expensive, terribly expensive, but there's a lot of earth moving to do. Especially all those piles of dirt by the road have to be taken out. And everything's gotta be brought into elevation. So we'll find out. Keep you updated. Any questions on that? Okay. Moving on. New business. Item A, Resolution 2021. Every year we have to have this in January to set a annual meeting and a budget hearing. And it's on the agenda for approval. And the annual meeting and budget hearing will be March the 3rd. The same night, they're both held on the same night, the board meeting and the annual meeting. And so here we are.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 2020-01, annual meeting and public hearing for the 2021 budget.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to adopt resolution 2020-01 for the annual meeting and public hearing to be held March the 3rd. Is there any discussion? We'll have a roll call vote, please.
All right, Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Pat, yes, Bill,
Aye.
and Colleen.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, even though we're gonna do them one at a time, the next resolutions all have to do with pay for all the elected officials that are on the board. And the state says you have to do this in January, especially in a election year, because whatever we set, and if it's approved by the annual meeting folks, that's the salary. So anybody running for office knows that that's definitely the salary. I won't get into, we can do each one if you want, explaining. We have four positions, 2 trustees and the other 3. Nobody's asking for a raise. It's all the same as last year. So we're on resolution 2020-02.
Can we move to adopt them all at one time?
No,
No, I don't think so. It's tempting though, I gotta say.
Okay, I make a resolution to adopt Casco Township Resolution 2020-02, the clerk's salary for a total of $28,551 a year.
Support.
Moved and support to adopt resolution 2020-02, the clerk's salary, that's the same as last year. We have a roll call, any discussion? We have a roll call vote, please.
Colleen,
Yes.
Bill,
Aye.
Pat, yes, Joe,
Yes.
and Dan.
Yes.
Motion carries. On to 2020-03 for the treasurer's salary.
I'll move to adopt resolution 2020-03 to keep the treasurer's salary at $28,551 per year, same as last year.
I will support that.
Moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote, please.
Okay. Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Pat, yes, Bill,
Aye.
and Colleen.
Yes.
Okay, next is trustee salary.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2020-04 for the trustee to keep their salary at $846 for each meeting.
Support.
Moved and supported. And the trustee's salary, which covers both trustees, is $846 a year plus $82.
Oh, I meant for the year, I'm sorry. That's right. I was giving you a raise, sorry about that.
$846 per year plus $82 a meeting.
Okay.
She didn't mention the meeting.
I got it.
Per diem.
Okay, so that was supported.
Yes, Dan
Okay.
supported.
Any discussion? Have a roll call vote, please.
Colleen,
Yes.
Bill,
Aye.
Pat, yes, Joe,
Yes.
and Dan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 05. This is supervisor salary. Once again, it's the same as last year, and it's the same as the treasurer and clerk.
I'll move that we adopt resolution 2020-05 for the supervisor's salary of $28,551 per year, same as last year.
I'll support that.
Okay, moved and supported to adopt resolution 2020-05. Is there any discussion?
I just have one comment. Your salary, you guys do performance way beyond that.
I agree.
Thank you
I
very
agree.
much. We like our job. We all do. Okay, roll call.
Yes.
Okay, there would be Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Pat, yes, Bill,
Aye.
and Colleen.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item F. Every year in January, we allocate money for emergency road funding. So from now through spring, if something comes up, that we can just give the road commission an emergency, the approval to go ahead and do it. So as we do every year, or we have, it's $20,000. Most years we don't use it, or if we do, it's never exceeded, in my memory, $1,000. But we need to have it, the road commission wants it, and it's on the agenda for approval.
Make a motion to approve emergency road fund of $20,000.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to approve the emergency road funding in the amount of $20,000. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, a roll call vote, please.
Colleen,
Yes.
Bill,
Aye.
Pat, yes, Joe,
Yes.
and Dan.
Yes.
Motion carries. The next item is the road commission workshop time slot, and that's scheduled for February 26th. I got this last week, the day the packets went out, and I called up and made a reservation for the 3:30 time slot because it's first come, first served, and that's usually when we go. So this is a meeting where they tell you how much money they're going to give you or not give you, try and give you some information. There's always several items on the agenda that you didn't know about, and they have some optional revenue they give you for limestone. I don't know if that's in this year. If you put on your normal amount of limestone in the last 2 years, they would give you up to $25,000 more in limestone, and you only had to pay 20% of that, which was a pretty good deal. Hopefully, after harassing them mercilessly for 5 years, they tell me they do have money allocated for ditching on Church Road. So hopefully we'll find out about that. And
We could also bring up about that, the one resident who talked there, and now I see what, on Palm Road in the Bell River Flats area, see if they're, when they go to the bridge, if they're willing to extend that guardrail further on down.
because I did ask, and they said, to their knowledge, there's never been a guardrail there.
Right, no, but still, I can see where,
Well, they have standards they engineer it by, so, but you can ask,
yeah, we'll ask them.
you know,
Okay.
see what they tell you. So we'll see what else they have coming up this year. Last year they told us, you know, that they were gonna finish Meisner Road, and they did. They got done paving it.
We bugged him. Every year we went up there.
Oh, I know.
I don't know if it helped. but we
I don't
did.
think it helped, but we did bump it. So, the meeting's on the 26th. Hope whoever can attend will meet there.
I'll be there.
I'll be
And
there.
I plan on it. And it's the 3:30 meeting. Okay. Moving on, item 8, approval of the fee schedule. We changed planners this year, the first time in
A long time.
30-some years. And that necessitated changing the fee schedule to match.
Well, our new planner actually worked for the planners that we had left.
Right. So because he's working for considerably less money, actually all the changes are lowering the cost. And we haven't changed anything basically except the planning fees for different things. So we need approval of this.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fee schedule for Casson Planning Group LLC.
No, it's Casco Township fee schedule.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Casco Township fee schedule.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to approve the fee schedule for the Casco Township.
Hopefully it'll save the residents quite a lot and also the township itself quite a lot
I hope
for
so.
retaining a planner, and he seems, for all the purposes, pretty competent guy.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Good.
Is there any discussion? Whatever, roll call vote, please.
Second. See where I left it. Okay. Dan,
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Pat, yes, Bill,
Aye.
and Colleen.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. pay the bills.
I can make a motion to approve the bills as submitted.
Support.
Moved and supported to pay the bills. Any discussion? Hearing none, with a roll call vote, please.
Colleen,
Yes.
Bill,
Aye.
Pat, yes, Joe,
Yes.
and Dave.
Yes.
Motion carries. Citizens' comments. This is the opportunity to address the board with questions or comments. We'd request your name for the minutes, but it's not necessary that you give us your name.
Oh,
We didn't get to the board yet.
oh, well, I'm excited.
No, you're excited? Well, hang on. Any questions from those in attendance? I don't see any. Okay.
They put the light up on Mayor and Meisner Road.
Yeah, I got that here. They got them all up.
Oh, it's so nice to be able to see where my road is.
That is nice.
It is nice.
Well, after they got the completed paving, that was the only paved road in our township. We didn't have lights at the intersections.
Yeah,
So we had to put up 4 more lights. And
it is nice.
I requested China do it, but they didn't want to do it, so we had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mayor Road actually falls under China Township
Yeah.
responsibility.
but,
They have 2 up by the freeway and then Heston Road. The other roads already had them.
yeah,
And
really nice.
the one guy griped about
the lights,
Meisner Road.
oh,
And I said, you know, when you come home and it's foggy or it's snowing, every time I come home, especially I usually come county line, man, I'm glad that light's up.
yeah.
Because you can find this, and you're not stopping in the fog trying to find it and somebody hits you. So, you know, costs a lot of money. Costs us about $10,000 a year for streetlights.
Yeah,
But
it's worth it.
we converted over to all LED this past year.
So hopefully
So
we'll see where,
that'll pay for itself in about 4 years.
yeah,
So it's, it'll be less than it was, but you gotta have them for safety. You gotta have 'em. So, yeah, they got them all up, they got the new poles and lights up by Meisner. Somebody told me they were up at Heston and Mayor,
yeah.
so that's a good thing. Get that done.
I have something.
Sure.
The clerk's office and my office want you to know, those of you in the East China School District, there will be a bond vote in March. And the school district wants you to know that you can join Superintendent Suzanne Cibula. She's holding 3 presentations to explain all about the new proposal of this second attempt at the bond. The first will be at St. Clair High School on Wednesday, January the 22nd at 6 o'clock. The second will be at Marine City High School on Thursday, January 30th at 6 o'clock. And the fourth one will be at the East China Administration Building on Wednesday, February 5th at 6 o'clock. What the voters need to know, we'll have all the frequently asked questions and answers in print in my office. Anybody can stop by and take a look. But those of us in East China will be seeing if this bond passes. Let me back it up to say that in 2019, the millage rate for East China schools was 3.24. If the millage passes, that will go to 3.58 in 2020, summer taxes. So if you have any questions, I suggest you call Central Office, East China, and speak to Superintendent Cibula. Or if you're in the neighborhood, you can stop in and Patty and I will have the information in our offices that you can take a look at. We'll try to answer your questions. Thanks.
Well, to stay on the same page, and we'll be sending out our newsletters in about a month, and it'll have all this. The only millage that we vote on in Casco is the road millage.
Right.
And that'll be on the ballot on the same day. And I think Macomb ISD is going to be on the ballot.
Right.
So that'll cover Richmond and Anchor Bay.
Right.
And that'll be the same date. That's the presidential primary election, March the 10th.
Right.
And ours is just a little under 1 mil, but it keeps the limestone going on the road every year. We either would have to cut back on our services or basically go in the red to keep going without the millage. So we're hopeful that the people will recognize that fact. And
Actually, I would renewal.
it's a renewal, the same as we had. It's
Right.
for 4 years, so every 4 years we have to put it on the ballot. And in the newsletter, it'll tell you, what it pays for. It generates around $150,000, and we usually spend closer to 180. So we always spend more than what it brings in. But without it, we would be straining everything else. And so we hope that people will appreciate, what it provides. And we try and do the best we can with the roads. Everybody, when we get a big rain like the other day, everybody wishes the ditch was clean. I know that. My bean field by my house was half underwater. And, but it is what it is. It's very costly to clean ditches. By the time you put limestone on and chloride and a few miscellaneous things. In our township, we have approximately 110 culverts that go under the roads from side to side. And we have to maintain those. So some years you don't have any, and some years you have 2 or 3. They can run as high as 6,000 each put in. So we just had 2 last year. So there's other things involved. And we're thankful that the people have given us that money every year to allow us to try and keep the roads up as good as we can. So, but all that'll be coming out in your newsletter as soon as I get it written and starting on it. I've got my numbers from Central Dispatch today. I know Central Dispatch had 3,600 calls in Casco Township last year. About 100 more than the year before. So, pretty close. And so we'll get that information in there for you. And that's about all I have. Anybody else? We're up to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll support that.
Move to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Stand adjourned.